our blueprint of success. It's been a blueprint of failures for the Bears, but we're trying to give them the blueprint of success.
Still waiting on the success
so we'll continue to give this. Maybe we'll try to send this blueprint to Hallis Hall each week because they're not listening to us.
Each and every week we should send it.
We'll just start sending it here going forward. But let's get into it. Our blueprint to beating the Cowboys here in Week 3. Briggs, you are up first. Your first key to our blueprint.
Do your damn job.
Yes.
Simple as that. Everybody just do your damn job. Within football, within a game, there are many battles that happen in the game. Win your battle. Do your job, and then let's move on to the next play. And with that being said, that'll bring us right to number 2. Do your job and take it one play at a time. One play at a time. You go out there, and what happens is you go out, you win that first play. Then you win the next play. And it adds up. There's, 75 plays in the game. All right? You go out, you win more of those than you lose. Guess what? We have a great chance to win the game.
Yeah. I love it.
Yep.
Spot on, my brother. You are spot on. Yeah. When it comes to the Bears offense, I think that the wide receivers need to win their matchups and test this Cowboys secondary. The Cowboys secondary is not really that great. Russell Wilson put up 450 yards or something crazy like that against the secondary. I mean, if I'm a wide receiver for the Chicago Bears and I'm Caleb and I'm the whole offense, I'm thinking, okay, we got to air this ball out. Let's get to this Ben Johnson, era of football with the offense, like lighten up the scoreboard. They have an opportunity to do that against this secondary. The secondary is not really that great, so it seems like Rome is rising up to be number 1. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be plenty of opportunities for all the wide receivers. And also, where is Colston? You know what I'm saying? Like, can we put a package in for, like, our tight ends? You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk about this 12 personnel and getting this thing going. Like, now is an opportunity to get this thing really back on track because this secondary is not that great. But these wide receivers for the Chicago Bears, they have to win their matchups and get open, obviously. And I think that they can do that this week. And I think that we can do some damage in the air. Just look at Russell Wilson. I mean, he's 77 years old, and he passed for over 450 yards. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Like, we should be able to recreate that in our own home, you know what I'm saying, at Soldier Field with the weapons that we have. It's time for us to, like, spread our wings and, like, let's get this thing going and get this thing back on track.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fire away with number 2.
And then number 2, bring it up for me, Steven. Number 2, the Bears defensive front. They need to come alive. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get after the quarterback. There is a lot of money that has been spent on this defensive line. A lot of money.
Ching.
You know what I'm saying? And we haven't really seen the return on investment. Like, it's time for them to dial things up and win their, like you Lance said, win their one-on-one matchups, because that's what it is. One-on-one matchups. There's a lot of battles that are going around, but if you win your matchup, then things will fall into place. And they're not doing that. It's been 2 games so far, and, the quarterbacks have been unmolested. They have not been, harassed. They've not been under pressure. None of that stuff has happened. We have to get after the quarterback. The trenches are so important. That's how you build a winning program. And if you're not going to start up front, then the whole back end dies. You know what I'm saying? The whole back end dies. Yep. So start up front, get after the quarterback, win these one-on-one matchups, and start earning these paychecks. You know I'm right, Lance. You know I'm right.
I know you're right. I love your wording. Like, it's just a great community that our D-line lives in right there. That's it. No offenders whatsoever.
me and Steven both just gave we looked at it like, wait, what?
You don't like the wordplay?
Where's the brickhead?
Hey, we're gonna get our smiles and our laughs in. That's for damn sure.
Well, I won the Brickhead comment of the day on Sunday. Typically, we only do it on game days, but I think Jerry might have just won the Brickhead.
Yeah, give me that Brickhead.
That was good. Hey, no, I agree.
We keep it real.
To the quarterback. Get to the
molest
quarterback.
And harass him.
Harass.
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 Do all of that.
We'll just harass.
Violated. Yes.
Yeah, just harass him. We don't need to be filing charges after the game. All right. My first point of emphasis here on the blueprint to beating the Cowboys is the cadence has to be on point for Caleb Williams. I think this is a test that people are kind of forgetting about after week 1 with the 12 penalties. 130 yards of penalties against the Vikings. Well, a lot of those were pre-snap penalties. And then week 2, they had 8 penalties. So we got down 4, but the difference between week 1 to week 2 is you're on the road and you're doing a silent count where Joe Thuney is tapping the center's shoulder, and that is the indicator for when they're going to snap the ball. Now you're going back home, and you now have the cadence that you need to use to your advantage. Don't let it be to your disadvantage, and now causing you penalties that put you at 1st and 15, 1st and 20, time and again, and put your offense behind the sticks. So that's on Caleb Williams to have his cadence down and the rest of that offense to respond to it correctly. And now you're not just executing it properly and getting the ball snapped, but now you are causing, guys like Jadeveon Clowney that are coming in, just signed by the Cowboys, to throw them off a tick, to give your offensive line a chance. Because if you were watching here against the Lions, they were bursting off the line of scrimmage off that snap more than a few times. So while the offensive line certainly needs to play better, you're tying a hand behind their back when the defense is able to get that jump off the line of scrimmage and time that snap of the ball. And so they have to use this cadence to their advantage this week and make sure they're avoiding pre-snap penalties. Because I think the other thing that people need to recognize coming into this game is, while we have been used to a Matt Eberflus defense that wasn't aggressive here in Chicago, which is why a lot of Bears fans were excited for him to just move on, and they gave up 37 points to the Giants, right? Mm-hmm. So this defense, I don't know what's going on down in Dallas, but all I know is from the years here in Chicago with Matt Eberflus, there were so many times it'd be 3rd and 12, and he'd play 12 yards back with his DBs, and we're sitting there like, get up on the line of scrimmage, send some blitzers. Well, I can promise you, in my opinion, this week, they're going to be sending blitzers at Caleb Williams, because I think Matt Eberflus knows what rattles Caleb, and that is going to be applying pressure. You saw Brian Flores blitzing 60% of his snaps in the second half. As the Bears took on the Vikings week 1, I think Matt Eberflus is going to dial up that blitz more times than not. So the cadence is something that I think can throw that off. My second point of emphasis here on the blueprint is for the defense. I mean, we just keep talking. Last week, I isolated Montez Sweat. This entire defensive line, I don't really care. If it's defensive line, Brisker wants to be sent more, whoever it is, get to the damn quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I'm tired of yelling, get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
5 seconds, Jared Goff's back there making a sandwich, doing whatever he wants to do back there, filing his taxes, making his dinner reservations, and then throwing it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Got to get to the quarterback. Montez Sweat, Dio Dangbo, Jervon Dexter, Andrew Billings. Billings was so much better. Billings has been one of my favorite players the last 3 years.
Yeah.
This year, I don't see him making as big of an impact. Grady Jarrett's working through an injury, then sit if you can't get to the quarterback. Mm-hmm. Brisker wants to be sent more. He's talking about that on Twitter yesterday. Fine. Well, if you do, then you better get home. Yeah. All these guys are not getting home enough, and everybody can point to Tyrique Stevenson and Nahshon Wright when they don't have Kyler Gordon and Jaylon Johnson, and those guys are getting picked on. But if you can't get to the quarterback, that defense, defensive backs are going to just have are going to have their hands full no matter what.
Yeah.
So how about we get to the quarterback, and I think that's going to solve all the problems that are going on, or at least some of the problems they have going on behind them. So those are your blueprints. Your blueprint to success on beating the Cowboys.
All they got to do is just read this report that we give them, and they're going to win.